People always ask how I balance my family life with 400 shows a year. I'm just doing what I love with the people I love. It's my magic life. Alright guys, tonight it is just Wes Isley. I am in a hallway of a hospital. It is Tuesday night at 10:45 at night. Tonight it's just me. If you don't want to hear the ramblings of Wes Isley, tune in next week when I have my girl back. Right now she's in a hospital bed, trying to recover. I'll tell you all of that in this episode. Anyway, we were supposed to have an amazing magician couple on. Well, he's a magician, and he's got a cancer diagnosis that they're working on and treating and hopefully overcoming and conquering. And his wife is an amazing artist, and I've been keeping up with her. And I talk to her every day, and she's checking on me and Natalie every single day, and I love them so much. The magician is awesome, and the wife is awesome, and what a great couple. But they'll be on soon. But today's episode is all about my awesome wife. You'll hear machines go by and stuff. Like I said, I'm in a hallway, at the end of a hallway. It's 10:45 at night, and I don't know what this machine is coming my way, but it's making noise. Anyway, Saturday was a beautiful day. It was one of those days where it, like out of a movie. We went to, hold on, it looks like they're going to my wife's room with that thing.
Hello.
Hey.
Are you with this patient?
All right, so that machine going by, that was an x-ray tech coming to look at Natalie's belly. That's where we are now. It's now 11:05. Anyway, Saturday was beautiful. Saturday was like out of a movie. Natalie and I have both, since she's a health coach now, I think she's got like 27 clients, something like that. She's doing really well with it. She's loving it. She says, I have magic. She has something now. She's making people jump up and down when they call her and tell her that, they're losing weight every week. It's pretty awesome. She's really happy, really excited. She's loving it. She has customers that have, cut their diabetic medicine in half. She's lost almost 70 pounds. I've lost over 30. We're both doing great. And Saturday was our date night. We started, since we have Willow, we started having a once a month date night. It's just her and I going out, getting into something, and then, coming on back. So it's dinner and a movie, dinner and a show, just us going out, just her and I. Well, Saturday, we had to go clothes shopping. My suit pants was ridiculous. They looked like I was wearing my dad's pants. My belt, notched it so much that the belt was flapping on the other side. So I needed new suit pants. I needed new clothes. I needed new jeans. And she needed all new clothes. So we went to a couple different shops, and she was so daggone happy. She said that when she was a kid, she was so tall, she went from the junior section right up to the adult large size. She's never been in a medium in her life. And she was buying medium jackets. They had like a Vera Wang closeout in the store, and it was like, off season, because obviously it's summertime, so jackets were stupidly marked down. And I threw one at her, and I said, here, try this one on. And I said, don't look at the size, just try it on. I just want to see what happens. And she tried it on, she buttoned it up, and she said, I like this. How much is it? I said, it's really cheap. I'll buy it for you if you like it. Okay. What size is it? I said, it's a medium, honey. No way. And then, every time I throw something at her and it was a medium and it fit her, she was dancing and she was just having a great time. And we spent a ton of money. I bought new pants. I bought new shorts. I bought new jeans. I bought new suit pants. I bought a new dress shirt just for the heck of it. We were going out to dinner with friends. Heck, I even bought new tennis shoes. So for dinner, I had a new polo shirt, new jeans, and a brand new pair of tennis shoes. I didn't need new tennis shoes, but we were shopping and we were splurging. I'm going to buy new tennis shoes. And she just wore the outfit that she already had on. But she racked up. She got more clothes than I did. And then we went out to dinner with friends. Ron and Mary Lou I met Ron when I was a magician working at a magic shop. He was a customer and fell in love with the dude. And he's like a dad to me now. And his wife is awesome. They're really special. They're more like parents to me than friends. But we went out with them. And we bought them dinner. They just had birthdays, both of them, and we haven't seen them since each birthday passed. And we're like, nope, this is your present. We're taking it out back. So do whatever you want, They got, we ate great. We had a great time. We had a great meal. We had a great conversation. It was just a beautiful day. We brought the RV. We even showed them the RV, and we took them around town. And I said it was like a limo because I had the lights on back there, the TV going. We limoed it up back there. We had all the lights shining. It was great. They loved it. Dropped them off, went home. The day continued to be awesome. We all sat in the living room. We were watching television. The boys were on the floor. They were climbing on their mom. She was taking selfies with her, climbing on the boys climbing on her like a jungle gym. And she was saying, in her text on her Facebook post that, isn't this the life? This is awesome. I think my boys love me. And right after she texted that, she looked at me and she said, "Hey, Wes, do we have any Tums in the kitchen?" I don't know. I know we have some in the RV. And I said, "I'll get you some." And we have a recliner that you push a button and it lowers. And as I was pushing the button, it goes zzz, and it was lowering. She gets up and runs past me. And I'm like, "Honey, I said I was getting it. What are you doing? Did you not hear me? I said I was getting it." She was already in the downstairs bathroom, and she said she didn't know if she had to throw up or poop. She didn't know what the problem was. She was just in pain. And it went from heartburn to, extreme pain. We had no Tums in the house, so I walk out to the RV. By the time I get back from getting her Tums out of the RV, I open the bathroom door, and she's on the floor in the fetal position, moaning loudly. And saying she's ready to go to the hospital. And it was awful. Then we took her to the hospital. Sorry, people walking by, it distracts me. We took her to the emergency room that night. And it was just crazy. It was just day and night. We went from, I have a little heartburn. Do you have any Tums? To running past me to 2 minutes later in the fetal position, just not knowing if she's going to poop or throw up. Anyway, we go to the hospital in the middle of the night, and they're saying that we were in the hospital emergency room for hours and hours. We got there like at midnight, and I don't think they saw her till 3 a.m, and she's just writhing in pain. And then they do a ultrasound on her, and they see that she has gallstones. And then they give her pain medicine, and she's okay. She's still hurting, but she's better. And then the doctor comes in there, and he's like, we might have to do a removal. Would you like us to do it? We're the B team. Or you can wait and have the A team do it later in the week. And she's like, "I never want to be in this pain again. Can you guys just do it?" "Yeah, we can do it first thing in the morning." "Okay." And I'm looking at Natalie, and I'm like, "B team." And didn't say anything, whatever. And after he left, that's the first thing I said, "B team." It sounded like he didn't want to do it. And she's like, "I don't know, but obviously they know what they're doing, so I want this out of me." "Okay." And her mom and dad have both had gallstone removal. Her aunts have both had gallstones taken out. The gallbladders taken out. So they get her to a room at like 7 a.m. And oxycodone's not touching the pain. Morphine's not touching the pain. So they go all the way up to Dilaudid, and then that makes her feel like her pain's gone away. She gave birth to our boys and our little girl with no pain medicine. After she gave birth to the twins, the nurses asked her, did she want anything? And she said, no, I'm all right. And they said, well, can I get you a Tylenol or anything? And she looks over at her and she says, if you want to give me a Tylenol, go ahead. So that's how tough she is. She could take it or leave it. I mean, she popped out 3 babies and, take it or leave it. So with her moaning and saying her pain levels of 15, I'm taking it real serious. My in-laws are taking it real serious. Natalie's a tough kid. And they scheduled surgery on Sunday at noon. And by 2:30, doctor comes out and tells me that she's in recovery and everything was a success. And then I started welling up a little bit. I mean, I guess I was holding it in or something. I don't know, but I mean, anytime somebody goes under, there's a chance, I guess, you could lose them or anything or something bad could happen. And I was more of a wreck than I thought I was. And then she gets out of recovery. Everything's great. I'm talking to her. She's saying, my belly hurts, but it's to be expected. They did it, I don't know these medical terms, laparoscopically. So she had a hole in her belly button, a hole like under her right armpit, a hole under her rib cage, like below her nipple line on her right side, and then right between her rib cage where it V's at the bottom. So that's the 4 holes. So belly button, armpit, nipple line, and between the rib cages. And they're like, oh, that's to be expected. You're gonna be sore. You're gonna be this. They put air in you when they do this, and it has to absorb in your muscles, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. But here's OxyContin and all this. So we're like, okay, well, it's an outpatient surgery. When can she go home? Well, let's just watch her a little bit, okay? And we're waiting. Now she got out at 2:30. So at 4, we're just talking and looking around and, okay, when can we go? Well, the doctor wants her to eat to make sure she can hold food down. Okay, when's dinner? All right, let's order dinner. Let's rock and roll. Let's go. So she ate dinner at like 5. At 6, we're like, all right, she ate dinner. Can we go? We get the boys at home. Willow, the 18-year-old babysitter, is watching them, and I feel like Willow's overwhelmed. So I'm like, we want to get home. We want to get her in bed. I want to be with my boys. Let's go. And at 7, they're like, all right, you guys want to go? We're like, yeah, but you called us in OxyContin at Walmart near where we live. But it's Sunday. It's at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. They're closed. And they're like, oh, well, I can't send her out of here without pain medicine. Well, you guys got to do something. What can we do? Well, this hospital, their pharmacy closed at 6 o'clock on a Sunday. Or they weren't open on Sunday or something. And all the local CVS's and Walgreens around here all close on Sundays or close early on Sundays. And the competition hospital 15 miles away, they have a 24-hour, 365-day-a-year pharmacy. So they send us over there. Now, that's the hospital my mom used to work at. I know that hospital. I know it inside and out. I grew up going to see my mom and picking up my mom from work, and I know that hospital. Well, my mom's been gone a few years. She retired probably 10 years ago, 15 years ago. This hospital's grown in 15 years. I mean, it's day and night different. And I go over there and I'm like, all right, where's the pharmacy? It's across the street. You can park on the street though, but it's across the street. And you got to ring the bell to get in. And man, I felt like an idiot. I'm walking up the doors, pulling on doors. Everything's locked. It's Sunday at 7 o'clock. And the pharmacy's closed. And I go on another door and it's like push the button to ring the bell. But it's like an alien spaceship. This place is so modern, and so there's no bells. There's nothing to push. There's squares, but it looks like designs. I do see a camera above my head, and I'm waving to the camera like a maniac, and I just start pushing squares, and there's pictures of talking, but you push that, nothing happens. It must be the square beside it to the left or right. No. I still don't know what I did. I just started pushing the wall. And eventually I heard the door click. But I think I'm supposed to talk to him or something. I felt like an idiot. Anyway, I go in there, and I walk down the hallway, and I mean, it's like a horror movie. We watch horror movies at our house, and we tell them, oh, how unrealistic is that? The hospital being dead empty. You run down the hallway and there's nobody there. There's always people in the hallways. Well, right now I'm looking down the hallway and there's nobody in this hallway. And I'm at one end and the other end, there's no one in this hallway. And that night, there was nobody in that other hospital either. And I walk by this thing that looks like DMV. There's all these windows. And I'm looking, and I think this looks like the pharmacy. It's all these different windows. And I walk over to the counter, and I'm trying to figure out if one of these are open because I see people behind the window working, but they're back in the back filling orders. And I walk to the window, and the guy says, do you have a number? I'm like, no. You need to go to the kiosk. And the kiosk is 15 feet away. I walk over to the kiosk. I push a button. It gives me a ticket, number P647. As soon as I take the ticket, the overhead announcement says, now serving P647. Now serving P647. Okay. And I give it to the guy, and it's like, that was weird. You couldn't just see me? Whatever. And they fill my order, and they're like, it's not going to be covered under insurance because Walmart's already cashed in the insurance money for that order. But if you pay for your OxyContin in cash or in credit card or whatever, you pay for it here, you'll have to pay full price. Are you okay with that? I don't know. What's full price? 10 pills for $8. Yeah, I can pay cash for that. That's fine. It's annoying, but fine. Whatever. She needs her pills. We get back in the car, and I'm laughing. I'm like, Natalie, I'm not an idiot, but this wall was too modern. I couldn't get in the door. And she's laughing at me, and we're having a good time. We go, I get Willow and Lana fast food. We stop at the fast food restaurant. We're talking. We're driving down the road. Everything's fine. We're, hitting holes in the road. Everything's fine. She's fine. We get in the house, and we have this, since my baby fell in the head that one time when the babysitter dropped him, go back to an old podcast to listen to that one. That's an hour-long podcast rant as well. But that night, we just sat around the dinner table after dinner, and what was your experience? What was your day like? What did you remember? What did you experience? And that was kind of family bonding. So we got Mom back. Mom's had her gallbladder surgery. It was pretty intense with her in a fetal position and screaming, and then having to leave all the girls and the babies in the house and run into the emergency room. What was your experience? Did you see her run past me? What did you see? What did you hear? What did you experience? And family bonding, it was great. Well, if I rewind the timeline a little bit, Friday night, Natalie told me that our air conditioner just stopped working upstairs in our house. We have 2 air conditioning units, one upstairs and one for the main floor. And the upstairs unit went out, and that's where we sleep. So if we call the air conditioner guy after 4 on a Friday night, it's an additional $200 after-hours fee, emergency service fee for them to come out there. And we're like, save the $200. We'll just suffer for a couple days, and we'll call first thing Monday morning. Well, I didn't know Saturday night we'd be taking the hospital. Sunday she'd be coming home from the hospital. So here we are Sunday night after dinner. She's ready to go to bed. She's been through some stuff. And I say, you can't sleep on the couch. We're not all going to sleep in the living room on the floor. All the girls go to the RV. I open it up. I plugged it in. I turn the air conditioner on. Lights are on. Everything's on. They're camping out there. The big bed in the back is super comfortable. The girls like the bunk beds. They're super comfortable. They're great. So Willow, the teenager niece, my 10-year-old daughter, and my wife are all in the RV. I slept on the couch, and the boys slept in their little swings in the living room. And that's how we slept that night. And Natalie set her alarm on her phone, and she'd wake me up every 4 to 6 hours and say, okay, I'm ready for more pain medicine. And I would get up and run outside and give her pain medicine and come back and be with the boys. Well, at 9 in the morning, Lana comes in the house, and I hear her shut the door. I hear her take her shoes off. I hear her come in the living room, and then she starts tapping me on the shoulder. Slowly. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, honey. Mom is outside. She needs you. She can't breathe. She's going, you really need to go take care of her. But the way she walked in so slow, it was like there was no urgency at all. And then all of a sudden it's, Mom can't breathe and you really need to go. So I run out to the RV. I'm like, what's the matter? What's the matter? And by the time I got out there, she was already at a pain level of 10. She says off the chart, 12. She was pressing her head against the RV wall so much that she actually had a red mark on her head for, I'm trying to think, I feel like over 24 hours that red mark was there on her forehead where she was pressing it in and holding her belly. I'm almost confident my timeline's all messed up because now it's Tuesday. But I feel like it was over 24 hours. Anyway, and here's the next craziness. So she's like, I'm really hurting, hon. I'm really hurting. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. Something's wrong. I need to go back to the hospital. And I'm like, whoa. They just gave us discharge papers. I'm supposed to call somebody on the discharge thing if something's wrong. Let me look it up. Hold on. Honey, I just want to go to the ER. All right, but hold on 1 second. And I'm scrambling through the papers real quick, and it's like, if you have an emergency after the operation, you need to call the hospital. So I call the hospital and I say, hey, Natalie, I give them her date of birth and her name and everything. She was just discharged at 7 o'clock last night and she's in excruciating pain. What do you want us to do? And the lady at the hospital said, I don't know. She's been discharged from the hospital. Why don't you call your family doctor at this point? Okay. So she hangs up. I call our family doctor. I have to wait on a call tree. Natalie's writhing in pain. And family doctor says, why are you calling us? She just left the hospital. You should be calling the hospital. I said, the hospital told me to call you, please. And Natalie's screaming, and I'm like, please help me, please. Well, who's your surgeon? She looked up the surgeon's name, and she gave me the phone number to the surgeon. I called the surgeon. Well, the surgeon is out to lunch, and that gets to a call center. So I get some lady on the phone, and she's like, hi, yeah, I'm for Dr. such and such, do. How may I help you? Ruff. Shut up, Baxter. I'm on the phone. Ruff. Baxter, shut up. And I'm like, holy crap. This is, I'm calling some lady's trailer or something. I don't know. Yeah, my wife, da. She just got released from the hospital. Yes. Yeah, I'm just the call center. So if you're getting me, he's out to lunch. I can take a message. Yeah, take a message. Tell him to call me. Here's my number. Bye. Let's go, Natalie. No, wait here, Natalie. So I run in the house and I start getting an overnight bag packed for her, getting all of her stuff, her contact stuff, her bag, everything I know she needs. And throw that in the car, and then I grab her and I slowly take her to the car. She's writhing in pain. Every step is excruciating. Get in the car. I'm driving out my driveway, and every tiny little bump I hit, she's, worse than childbirth. When we were heading to the hospital, bumps hurt her. This bumps hurt her. Getting home after the first visit, we were running over bumps. I was doing 75 miles an hour down the interstate. She was fine. We were talking, we were chatting, we were having a great time. Now I'm hitting the tiniest little bumps that I'm not even feeling them, and she's, anyway. Get her to the ER, get her in the door, look at the door, and we're like 15 person in queue, waiting to get in the ER. And like I said, Natalie's tough. She's popped out 3 babies. She only got Tylenol. She's now one of those people in the ER. Please help me. Just give me medicine. And she can't help it. It's just guttural. Can't somebody just give me medicine? And then we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. And we have masks on because it's post-COVID. And somebody recognizes me, and they come in, and they're like, sorry to see you guys going through this, because we posted on Facebook about her original surgery at this point. And they sat down beside us, and they just started having a conversation. They had masks on. I have no idea who they are. But they had brought their daughter because their daughter had stomach pain. And they were like, 5 people behind us. So I'm sitting there talking to him, and Natalie's moaning. I feel bad. So I'm trying to rock her like I rock my little boys, and she's in the wheelchair, and I'm pushing her back and forth. And she's like, stop. All right. I'm nervous because she's screaming. And all right. So I'm trying to run my fingers through her hair. I'm trying to calm her forehead. I'm freaking out. They finally get her back. And now she's screaming in pain. It hurts. Okay, well, I need your date of birth. I need your insurance information. It hurts. Do you have a living will? Do you need this? Do you need this paperwork? I need help is what I need. We just filled out all the paperwork the day before. You can't look at the record of this stuff. And then we go into triage. And then they're like, all right, we just need your blood sample. You need to take your pulse. We need to do an EKG. We need to do this. And she's like, it hurts. And then she grabs a vomit bag and she just fills the thing up and throws up like crazy. But she's just had stomach surgery. So throwing up makes her stomach muscles cringe. So every time, bleh, oh, bleh, oh, it hurt her so bad. And then they stop everything they're doing. And then they start talking in, nurse code or whatever. And then the next thing they do is give her a shot that she doesn't throw up anymore. It's something to stop her from throwing up. Or if they would have just given her pain medicine, she wouldn't have thrown up. But anyway, she's still in pain now, but she's not going to throw up. She goes back to the ER, and this time we waited. We probably got there about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I don't think we saw somebody until 3:30. She was just low on the pole. People might have had gunshot wounds or something. I always think the person beside you dying and you have gallbladder issues, you're low on the list. I don't know how it works. Or if it's first come, first serve, I don't know, but it was hours. And the night previously, I had slept on 2 nights previously, I'd slept on a chair in the ER because they didn't get her to a room till 6 in the morning. Anyway, with everything going on, it was just crazy. And people walking down the hallway disrupts me every time. I'm sorry, guys. And this is where I'd say, Natalie, where was I? But I don't have Natalie. I really don't know where I am. This lady's got flip-flops. She's staying with her person that's in the hospital, and clip-clop, clip-clop. It's really distracting. Daggone, I wish I knew where it was. I'm so out of it, guys. Okay, so 2 nights before, in the ER, we got there at midnight, and not until 6 in the morning to get her to a room. So from midnight till 6 in the morning, I was on a wooden chair next to Natalie, trying to put my head on the bed rails to take a cat nap while she slept or writhed in pain in bed, whatever. I was beside her. So we're back to being writhing in pain and sleeping in chairs. And they did x-rays on her.
Yeah, make sure her NG2.
Yeah. Hey, they said that she has a drainage tube in, and that there's a clamp that you can give her, because they just put a little piece of tape there. I don't know. Do you have a clamp?
Normally they have a clothespin.
Whatever you give her, they just put a piece of tape.
Oh, okay.
And if she turns her head, it's going to pull, because
Okay.
they taped it down.
Yeah, I can look at it.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. That's a behind the scenes look at what's going on right this second. Anyway, so I think the second ER visit, it was awful. It was a long wait. This time they take her for a CAT scan. And they're like, well, you just came back. What's going on? And she said they laid her down in the CAT scan. And she was screaming in pain. And then they had to have her hands above her head. And she was screaming in pain. And then after they got her back in the bed and set her up and gave her whatever the heavy medicine is, Dilaudid or whatever, she immediately gets color back in her face. She looks better. She's doing good. And then she starts apologizing to the lady. I'm so sorry I screamed. It was guttural. It just really hurt. I'm so sorry. And the poor little girl, no, you're good. You're fine. And my wife is a sweet, sweet person. She doesn't mean to do that. And she immediately feels bad, but it's like, it hurts. Do I have to? And it hurts. And anyway, they gave us a room. I don't know what time they gave us a room. I think it was 7 p.m. because we got it was. Because we got discharged Sunday at 7 p.m. And then Monday, I'm so confused. Anyway, it was 7 p.m. when we went back. Yeah, it was Monday at 7 p.m. because we went there at 11. Yeah, 11:03, they did the CAT scan. Then we had to wait, and at 7 p.m. we got back in the room Monday. And then they gave her Dilaudid, and she was fine. The only time she was in pain is if she got up to pee. So they give her Dilaudid. I guess in the ER they gave her Oxycontin, and that took her pain level from like a 15 to a 7. And then they gave her morphine, and it took it to a 5. And they gave her Dilaudid, and it took it to like a 0.5. So the problem is, if they give her Oxy, then you got to wait 4 to 6 hours before they give her morphine, and then you play that game. Then you got to wait 4 to 6 hours before they give her the next higher drug. Well, they did that, and they finally gave her Dilaudid. We finally found something that got her so she could close her eyes and get some rest. But she wasn't crazy high. I was looking for silly, crazy, talking out of her head craziness, and she was always just right there and fine. And with the Dilaudid, it just took her pain level down. But still, if she scratched her nose, she would barely move her hand. Her hand would move so slowly as not to disrupt something or do something. And finally got it figured out. And then they said you could take that every 2 hours. So she was looking at the clock, and if it was close to being 2 hours, she's like, have it ready. Don't have to look for it. Please just give it to me when I need it. And we got through that night. And the only time, like I said, she was good until she had to pee. And then it was right back up to high pain. And sorry, people walking in the hallway again. It distracts me every time. Then through the night, after midnight, she got her last dose. And she just stopped peeing. And she was sleeping off and on. Not much sleep, but she was going 30-minute chunks. And she didn't ask for pain medicine throughout the night. So the first thing in the morning, when she does ask for pain medicine after she pees, they start the whole game over. They give her oxycodone. And she's still hurting. She's at a 7. Why isn't it working? Well, we gave you Oxy. You have to wait 4 hours. Okay. And then they give her morphine. Well, it's not working. I'm still hurting. Well, you have to wait more hours. And then they gave her the Dilaudid, and then she's like, ah. And then her face comes back. And then she gets color. And then she feels fine. And I didn't like playing that game. And then I asked them, I said, can you give her a catheter? Because when she gets up, that's when it hurts her. If she doesn't get up, well, we don't want her having blood clots. We're giving her shots so she doesn't have blood clots. We want her to be mobile. But she can't be mobile if she's in serious pain. And now they're just watching her and looking at her vital signs. Now, they've already opened her up. They've already got the gallbladder out. What's going on? Why is she in pain? Nobody knows. And everything's great. She doesn't have a fever. A fever would be fighting off an infection. That's not it. People on Facebook were saying maybe she's got a gallstone still lodged in a tube somewhere. Well, if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be in the liver. And the doctor said her liver numbers are good. That would be elevated if it was there. It's not there. It's not that. We don't know what it is. Let's just watch and wait. I don't know if they're waiting for her to get a fever, then they could treat that. Then they know it's an infection. And they wait, and they wait, and they wait. Now, today, at 6 p.m., this morning, they said, we're going to go ahead and let you eat. We want to watch you and see if you can process food and everything. So far, since she's been here in the hospital since Monday morning, she hasn't eaten, and now it's Tuesday morning, and they're going to let her eat. All she was able to have was ice chips. Sorry, guys. I'm tired. And they let her order breakfast, lunch, and dinner and get prepared. And it's Tuesday. It's now 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm preparing on heading out. I have a show. I have to leave her for a show. The show must go on. Entertainers, all of that. If we didn't just get out of a COVID and 2 years pretty much of unemployment, I would still have to go to the show. And Natalie knows that. That's just the life of an entertainer. You don't want to, I don't know. That's a whole nother podcast of why the show must go on. But it must, and she knows that. We're a show business family, and she totally gets it. So in the meantime, I have invited my mother-in-law to come up and help. And I said, mainly I need you to tag out. I want somebody next to her, because I would want somebody next to me if something was going on like this and nobody knows what the heck it is. So she comes up to be with Natalie. Well, when I tag her out, somebody's got to be with the air conditioner guy. So she waits at the house until I get there. Then we tag out. And the air conditioner guy, fix my air conditioner. My air conditioner got fixed today. All it was a reset button because we had a heck of a storm come through. So that was crazy. Anyway, so the mother-in-law goes to the hospital. I'm going home to shave and shower and get ready to do my magic show. And I'm taking just Lana with me. And the main reason I took Lana with me, she has some bits in the show that she helps in. I can keep those in the show. It's a family show. It's kind of a family show with just Lana. And it's a family show by a family for families. And she can help me if I have to load in the entire show in 3 trips. She can watch my equipment in the other 2 trips, and coming in and going out so people don't mess with my stuff. So that's super important to me. So she knows that's her job, and she gets allowance, and she gets paid for that, and she's happy, and she's fine. So I'm running errands around the house, feeding the animals, washing dishes, trying to make sure everybody's fed, checking on the boys, changing the boys' diapers, helping Willow out best I can, and knowing full well I'm getting ready to leave, and I'll be gone all day and all night. So I changed 1 set of diapers today. Willow's had everything else. And if Willow's listening to this, Willow, I love you. Thank you for everything, because I know you've done a ton of diapers. I did 1 set today. Anyway, I've set my alarm because I know in about an hour that Natalie's mom will be in the hospital, and I can call her and say, how's Natalie doing? And when I call and I say, hey, how Natalie doing? And she says, not good right now. That's not something I wanted to hear. I wanted to have conversation. Well, that's good that you got your mom there. You guys sit back and talk and have mommy-daughter time. Nope. I can hear Natalie in the background screaming. And it sucks. I'm welling up. I'm tearing up. And I'm trying to get ready for the show. I'm trying to shave while I'm on FaceTime with the mother-in-law. And she's paged the nurse 3 times, and they didn't come. And mother-in-law said she's been here for 35 minutes. Or 25 minutes, somewhere around there. But Natalie's been paging for 35 minutes. And I said, well, hit the button again. And they hit the button again. They finally got somebody this time. Okay, I'll send somebody. And I'm sitting there talking to my mother-in-law, and you hear the nurse come in, and the nurse gives her the stuff. And Natalie, her color comes back. She gets back to normal. She's cool, calm, and collected in the bed. And now she can talk on speakerphone and have conversation with me. And then they say that, now that she's got food in front of her from breakfast, she hasn't been able to eat it for 35 minutes because she was writhing in pain. But she's going to try to eat it, and she's going to let me go, and I'm going to finish shaving and getting dressed and getting ready for the show. She's going to eat her breakfast, and she's going to lay down. Okay, perfect. So I get dressed, and I get in the car. I get Lana together, and I have to hook up the RV to the trailer and all that because the show's in the trailer now. So you got to take the RV. It's just easier. And everything else is in the RV. And load up Lana, and my phone rings. And they're like, hey, we decided that we're going to do exploratory operation on Natalie later on this afternoon. We're scheduling it now. Just wanting to let you know. I don't know what's going on, and we want to just take a peek and see what's going on in there. We can do it through the same holes that we already did. I mean, if not, we'll just cut something new. But we want to check it out. We don't know what's going on. Okay, I don't know. I need you to do something. And then I'm freaking out because she's gone back to surgery. And they said, oh yeah, we let her eat. So because we let her eat, we need her stomach empty. We're going to have to pump her stomach before she goes into surgery. And it's like, I mean, they're just beating her up more. And I'm all stressed out. And I looked up the contract. The contract, it was a library show today. There was over 200 people there at the show. We've worked this library several times before. They know it's a big library. All these people won't fit in the library for the show, so they use a gymnasium at a local elementary school, and all the kids and families sat in the bleachers. I looked it up. It was going to take me about an hour and 15 to get there. I gave myself an hour and 45 minutes to get there, and that's for arrival time. We give ourselves 30 minutes because sometimes you get to a stage and you have to move furniture and, oh, not this room. Well, does this room work for you or this room? And you have to move furniture and carry the equipment a little further, and you give yourself a little play, 30 minutes, because it really only takes us 5 minutes to set up. But that's me and Natalie. Just me sitting up might take 30 minutes because I don't know what I'm doing. Natalie sets up my show for me. So I got Natalie. I got Lana in the car. We're ready to go. We got the RV loaded. I got the trailer on the hitch. Everything's plugged in, ready to go. We got the animals. We're good. We're gone. We're off. We're going down a back road, heading to this elementary school. And right after a turn, going downhill, a red truck pulls out in front of me. I slam on my brakes, and I'm carrying a heavy load. I'm carrying the trailer behind me, and I'm skidding a little bit. And he pulls out right in front of me. And in the middle of the road, it was like a cartoon. Kerplunk. His front axle just fell off the car when he tried to make the turn. And now he's just sitting there blocking 2 lanes of traffic. He gets out of his car. He waves to me, and he said, "You can still go around me. It's going to be a minute." I can't go around you. I got a $150,000 RV sitting here. I'm not driving it through a ditch, pulling a trailer and flipping over sideways or scratching it up. No. Well, I'm calling my dad, and he's got a tractor. He'll pull it off. Okay. So this time I'm seeing cars behind me skid down the hill, trying not to hit me. And I get out of my car, and I walk to the people behind me, and I said, "Hey, he just broke down right in front of me. We're going to be a while. He's got to find somebody with a tractor." And the line's just backing up on both ends, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm trying to get extra time to set up my show. So I took pictures, and I emailed Pegasus. The ambulance helicopter's coming in, if you guys can hear that. Anyway, daggone these distractions. It kills me. So this truck just breaks down. So I call the library, and I'm like, "Look, my ETA says this right now, but this truck just broke down in front of me. I don't know how long I'll be here." And the phone was breaking up. They couldn't hear me or something. I don't know. So I started texting them pictures of this truck broken down in front of me and texting them a message. "I'm going to be there as quick as I can. I'll be there as quick as I can." I get to the show location. I get to the library. That's what it said on the contract. The show's at the library, but it's outside. COVID times. Sounds good. Post-COVID times. Whatever. Outside show. Perfect. I get there, pull the RV and the trailer in the parking lot. I park way back in the parking lot. I run into the library. I sprint into the library because now I have 15 minutes to set up my show. And sprint into the library. And they're like, "Hi, Mr. Isley. Hey, so the contract says that it's outside. Is it behind the library, beside the library? Where do you want me at?" "You're not outside. It's across this road at the other elementary school." "Oh, okay. I've done that show before." "Perfect. Thank you." I get in my RV, drive across the street, and it's a sign up that says, no cars, no buses this way, only cars. Well, I'm a car. I'm an RV and a trailer, no problem. I'm not going to go to the bus area unless I have to. Lights are going off in the hallway. Somebody needs help, but I'm just checking. It's not Natalie, so I'm good. Anyway, so I go in the bus area. I go in the car area, and I park at the end of the parking lot, and I drop the trailer, and I start loading my dolly. And I look across the parking lot, and there's a handmade sign, and it says library, I think. So I run over there, and it says, if you're here to attend the library, you need to be on the other side of the school in the bus parking lot. Crap. So I load everything in the trailer again, lock everything down, lock the trailer, jump in the RV. I have to go on the main road, go around the back of the school, and come in that way. And I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in fast. And I pull up beside the buses. I get out of the car. I run to the school. Now there's 150 people waiting outside on the sidewalk, and they've locked the doors because they don't want to see the magician set up. The magician can't get in the school either. You've locked me out. She's not answering her cell phone. It sucks. So I excused myself all the way in front of the line. Excuse me. And somebody recognized me and said, hey, there's a magician. And the janitor's at the front, and he opens the door for me. I run into the school, and I'm like, lady, you're not answering your phone. I'm trying to call you. I'm trying to let you know. Where do you want me to show? What do we do? What do I do? All right, you're over here. All right, perfect. Do you need help? No, I got it all by myself. I got it. Bye. I'll run out. I load the dolly. I load the cart. I load everything. Lana's a big help. Lana is really helping me. Lock up the trailer, lock up the RV, carry everything in the building. I start setting up. Now, because of this bad address / wrong side of the parking lot, whatever, I'm 5 minutes till showtime. Well, I haven't set up my show by myself since my baby fell on its head when it was 3 months old. When the other babysitter dropped my baby on its head. So, in that day, I had extra time. Well, I don't know where anything is. I have a set list. I talked to Natalie. We'd planned it. I have a set list on my phone. I know exactly what show I'm going to do. I get there. I start setting up stuff. And I'd played the show through my head over and over, driving to the show because it was over an hour ride. An hour ride from the hospital home, and then an hour ride from the home to the show. I'd played the show over in my head. I knew where everything needed to go. I knew that I'd have to move some props that Natalie usually moves. I had Lana set up front with me. I talked to her about the show, and she needed to move props that Natalie usually moves so I can do my thing. Okay, we got it all worked out. Well, I couldn't find some props. I opened my show with a wesisley.com thing. I can't find it. And at this point, it's 5 minutes after the show's supposed to start, and the librarian's like, are you ready? No. Okay, we'll play Simon Says. Simon Says, put your hands on your head. And lady, that's distracting me. Holy. And how fast is she playing this game? Do I have 2 minutes? Do I have 10 minutes? I don't know. Is everybody going to be out in the next round? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just trying to hurry, and I can't find anything. I load the show the best I can. They're playing Simon Says. I'm like, all right, well, tell Simon, sit down, because I'm ready to start the show. And my opening trick is a wesisley.com thing. Couldn't do that. So I opened with telling everybody, guys, it's been one of those days. My wife's in the hospital. Car just broke down right in front of me. I went to the library. I went to the other side of the school. I went on this side of the school. I was locked out. I had to get everything in here. My wife usually sets up the show. I did the best I could. You guys ready to have some fun? It's crazy. Because I know people are going to see on Facebook that my wife's in the hospital. Because I have a call to action during my show. If you follow me on Facebook and say you're at that show, I'll send you a free video email lesson. I want them to follow me on Facebook. I want them to follow me. I want them to check me out on Instagram. But here's the thing. The past 3 posts have been about Natalie's hospital stay. They're going to see that anyway. So some people are going on Facebook right when I say that. So let's just get it out of the way. I couldn't start the show with the wesisley.com, so I started with the dove trick. They didn't know. It was fine. I talked to another magician friend of mine, and he was like, how'd your show go? For me, it wasn't perfect. For the audience, I don't know that they noticed anything was wrong because they don't know that trick is supposed to be the second trick in the show. So it went great. Lana was a big helper. Lana took pictures of the show that I could post on Facebook. Lana did a lot of great stuff. She helped me with the tricks. She did her parts. She even had to do speaking parts that Natalie does for her. I was very, very proud of Lana. We're coming home. I'm calling the mother-in-law, asking how Natalie's doing with her exploratory surgery. She's still in surgery. It's now a few hours later. I'm just freaking out. And then they call me and say, all right, so here's what we know. We opened her up. She had some bile floating around. We vacuumed that up, or whatever they do with it. She had some extra liquid in there. We got rid of that. We punctured a new hole in the other side laparoscopically so that we could look on the other side as well. Didn't see anything. She had some, her intestines were irritated, inflamed, whatever. We blew air in it like a tire on a bicycle tire, and it didn't leak. Everything was good. The only thing that was weird or funny was that, we took he didn't say this, I'm saying that. The only thing that he can say definitively that wasn't where it's supposed to be or something was wrong was where they took out her gallstone. They had to close off a tube of some kind, probably from the kidney to the gallstone or vice versa, to the gallbladder. And they put multiple clamps on it. He said, I'm missing a clamp. So that's probably floating around in her somewhere, but that's nothing to worry about. Think about like a tic-tac at a football stadium. Nobody would even know it's there. And plus, in 2 months, it's going to 100% dissolve anyway, so it's fine. And they gave her a drainage tube, and this time they sent her up to the room with a catheter, and they just let her in peace. When she came up to the room after the recovery room, she's laying flat on her back. She's all tucked in. She told me I could come out here in the hallway and do a podcast by myself. She said, I'm just tired. I'm gonna lay down, I'm going to sleep. She feels better. But we still don't know what the hell it was. We don't know what's going on. So tomorrow, they're doing another procedure where they're going to give her dye. And if dye comes out the drainage tube, then we know we have a leak somewhere. If she pees all the dye out, we're good. We're going to go home at some point. Probably not tomorrow, because they probably want to observe more. But that's where we are. That's where we are right now. And right now it is 11:56 on Tuesday night, and this podcast comes out at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Guys, sorry if you sat through this. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you see some of the stress I'm going through. What kills me is the show must go on. It must. It must for multiple reasons. It must go on. We could do a whole podcast episode about that. But my wife is everything to me. She is the mother of my kids. She's my office manager. She's everything. She's my cook. She's my laundry person. She's my best friend. I can joke around with her. I can talk frankly with her. She's one of the smartest people I know. And, this just makes you realize you're thankful for what you got. Man, I'm so damn thankful for Natalie. I feel like this podcast probably sucked because where I locked up a couple times and lost my place, she would have been right there and helped me. So, yeah, it's my wife. I'm supposed to love her. I gotta love her, but I don't know. I'm rambling, guys. Thank you for sitting through this. Thank you. Probably therapeutic for me to have this on record, just to relive it later on when it's all a memory, fuzzy memory, years from now. And it seems so important and right now. And when I get her home and get her back to healthy and 100% again, oh yeah, that's right. They did say they lost a clamp in me somewhere, you know? We'll laugh about it later on. But right now, I just got to get my girl back up and running. My show schedule this week, the library show today, 2 library shows tomorrow, Massanutten Resort Thursday, Hyatt Regency Resort in Cambridge, Maryland, Friday and Saturday this weekend, Sunday Wilderness Resort in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And all that time, if she's in the hospital, I'm going to be away from her, and it's going to kill me. But I'm going to do everything I can to be right here in the hospital with her at nighttime, sleeping right by her side, because she's everything to me. She's everything to me. Guys, my website needs to be updated. Things have been crazy. But check out wesisley.com. The upcoming public show dates are current. The non-public show dates need to be updated. I think it still says, I don't know, May, June dates. So don't worry about that. Just pay attention to those theater shows coming up. We have the Draft House, the Draft House in Arlington, and we have the Firehouse in Richmond. Those theater shows are coming up, and I'm going to have Natalie back for those. That's not going to be a problem. We're going to do an illusion show, and if we have to do an illusion show with one person getting in boxes, and we'll make it work. I got my daughter that can get in boxes. I can cram her in boxes. We'll make it work. Don't worry about that. Just come to the show. You'll have a blast. I promise you. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I'm kind of out of it. So, boy, if Natalie was here, she'd know where my train of thought was headed. But anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Hopefully we're back on track next week. If we are not back in track next week, I'll have Natalie right by my side, and we'll do more recapping. But until next week, we'll see you next week.
Check us out online at wesisley.com and patreon.com/Wes_Isley for behind-the-scenes videos, blooper videos, never-before-seen footage, discounts on merchandise, magic trick tutorials, and more. That's Wes Isley, spelled WESISELI.